applause filled the entire stadium, and my heart swelled with happiness and pride. It's why I sing. It's why I don't care when things get to be too much. I do it for that one moment when the lights go down and the last note hangs in the air. And the people who paid to hear me sing scream their hearts out. There was nothing like that feeling. The feeling I get when the song finishes and people get up from their seats and clap for me. When they ask for more and scream my name. Okay, fine, it's not exactly my name they scream. But it's my voice. They're screaming for my song. Hi there, my name's Alana, and this is the story of my life. Think you have a title idea everyone will like? Comment it down below and like the ones you think are interesting. Alright, now back to the story. It started back when we were kids. I started singing when I was 4, and people praised me for my talent. But no matter how well I sang, the moment my sister entered the room, Ari would always steal the spotlight. She was pretty, and she was charming, and everyone would always gravitate towards her. For many years, as we were growing up, I tried very hard to become a singer. My mom would always take me to auditions and competitions, but I would never get cast or signed by anyone. They always said I was a great singer, but that I wasn't a great fit. I never understood what that meant. Until one day, when I was 14, Ari came to an audition with Mom and me. I sang, the panel clapped, but when Ari and Mom entered the casting room to ask how my audition went, the producer's gaze immediately shifted towards my sister. That was how all this insanity began. The executive producer suggested a crazy scheme. And crazier still, my mother agreed.
Let's see, how do I put this? Your daughter Alana, she's great, very talented, amazing voice, but her face? But your other daughter, what's her name, Aria you say? Yeah, she's a stunner. If only Ari had Alana's voice and talent. Wait, I've got an idea. What about we launch Ari as a superstar singer while using Alana's voice?
And I'll be famous?
Not just famous, sweetheart. You'll be a star.
We'll take it. We'll take the deal. Make our girl famous. I didn't even have a say in it. All I wanted was to be a singer. And even that Ari took away from me. I sang in the studios, did all the work, wrote the songs. And in the end, it was her name and face on the albums. When she went on tour and gave concerts, it was me behind the stage singing my heart out as she lip-synced every word I sang. I guess that was her talent, to pretend. Singing behind my sister's shadow was lonely and sad. But there was someone else who made all of it feel worthwhile. His name was Kyle, and he worked at one of the studios. He made me feel good, and he believed in my talent. He was always telling me I deserved to be on the stage. And that's why I fell in love with him. I may complain about my sister's fame and how she stole my spotlight, but at the very least, I was paid very well. In fact, she may be the famous one, but since it was my voice and my writing on the albums, most of its earnings went to me. So I may not have fans or the adoration of Ari's followers, but I got to buy myself a pretty swanky house by the sea. But the richer I got, the worse my life got. Kyle became busier and busier at work. My sister had more and more concerts to do, and Mom became greedier and greedier. One day, I was so desperate to spend time with my boyfriend, just to get away from it all, that I went to his studio to surprise him. And what I saw broke my heart.
No, baby, it's not what it looks like.
So you're kissing your secretary and she's sitting on your lap, but it's not what it looks like?
Ilana, no, please, believe me, it was an accident.
You accidentally made out? Please, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were together. I slapped the girl right across the face. You see us kiss and hug all the time! You sent me gifts from him. You're his freaking secretary, for God's sake! Lie to me again, and you'll regret you ever opened your stupid mouth. That was when the dam burst. I found out that Kyle wasn't just cheating on me. He was seeing a lot more girls than I could have ever imagined. It turned out he'd been using my sister's name to lure in girls who wanted to be famous, and then date them. What's worse was that he was stealing from my accounts. He used my money to buy expensive clothes and a new car. He took out $10,000 to rent an apartment downtown where he could take his girls to impress them. And he even bought expensive jewelry for them. What really broke my heart, though, was when I found out that Kyle had been dating my sister as well. I was furious. Kyle tried to apologize, but I was done. Gone was the man who complimented me and made me feel good about myself. Now I only saw the horrible things he did to me. All along, he just wanted me for my money. It was months later that Kyle tried to get me back again. He surprised me at Ari's concert. I was about to go on and sing when he knelt in front of me and handed me a bouquet of flowers. I threw it back at him when I realized he didn't even know me at all, but it was too late. I dated Kyle for years, but he never even tried to give me flowers before. And he never even knew I was allergic to them. And that just annoyed me so much that I never noticed it, so I threw the flowers and told him to get out of my life. Unfortunately, throwing the flowers shook the pollen loose and I inhaled it. It was 5 seconds till I was supposed to sing. But then I fainted. It was a tragedy. Ari began to sing into the mic, but nothing came out. She tried to pass it off as it was a technical difficulty, but the crowd could hear her panicked breathing. That was when she ran out. The audience booed. And weeks later, she became a meme. But then Ari did something I would have never expected of her. She arranged for a media conference and admitted the whole truth. She told everyone, the whole world, that she had been a fraud. That the real talent was me, her sister. She apologized about cheating with my boyfriend. And how she let everything, the affair, the singing, all of it go on for too long. During that conference, she told everyone how talented I was. And how amazing a sister I was, even though all she did was take from me. It made me cry. I was really touched. And as soon as the conference ended, I took her in my arms and hugged her really tight. And my sister brought me out to the conference and introduced me to the world. Ari's career was over, but that was the beginning of mine. I wasn't as pretty or as hot as her, but guess what? It didn't matter anymore. Millions of people were already in love with my story and my songs. And I have Ari to thank for that. Want to know something even more amazing? I may not have been the perfect swan that Ari was, but as I grew older, I grew prettier. I got curves and my body began to change. I was an ugly duckling, but as time passed, I slowly developed into the swan I was meant to be. And thanks to the work of several stylists and makeup artists, I became the superstar I was always supposed to be. Once again, Kyle tried to get me back. Instead, I wrote a book about our relationship, and it became a bestseller. Thanks to him, I made millions off of my heartbreak. And I was able to write an entire album dedicated to all the horrible things he did to me. In no time, everyone in the country knew what he'd done to me. And they were singing the songs about how he cheated and stole from me. My lawyers actually advised me to press charges, so he'd go to jail for stealing, but I didn't see the need. To me, it was more satisfying seeing him watch me grow even more famous and more beautiful than he could have ever imagined. It was so good to see him wish he'd never let me go. And the icing on the cake? The karma he got. Kyle tried to date again, but no woman would ever touch him with a 10-foot stick, especially after they heard my songs about him. And best of all, Kyle's jobless now! No record label ever wanted to work with him again. I'm still not dating anyone, but that's okay. I'm not lonely. I have my songs. I have my fans. And I'm finally able to do what I love most in the world without hiding behind someone else's pretty face. Best of all, I have my sister. We repaired our relationship, and we're the best of friends now. I've even started talking to my mom again. My family's not perfect, but nowadays we've got each other's back. And nothing makes me happier than that.